Chapter 10b. For a moment I wanted to taunt him about how we were going to blow up the island's facilities, but I knew this island had a lot of bolt holes and hidden tunnels, what with it being a drug runner's hideout. Even as the team discussed our options, we knew all too well that Bane with his super strength would break out of his bindings should we leave him alone, and even when Miss Martian attempted to break into his mind to get the information we wanted on his venom plants along with where Kobra was, he apparently began reciting baseball information in Spanish. Megan didn't even know Spanish to begin with, so she wasn't able to get anything useful. Very well, let's free him so we can take down Kobra as he is the bigger issue, Calder said solemnly, with Superboy standing right beside Robin as he began taking off Bane's bindings to make sure the villain didn't sucker punch Robin. In the end, our mission wasn't to capture Bane, it was to gather intel on the enhancement drugs going through here and destroy the facility, but if we could capture Bane then that would be for the best, but if not then we can always get him another day. Alright, hombres, follow me. I will show the way to that cabron Kobra. Bane said. Within a couple of minutes I was proven correct about this place being a mess to investigate as Bane nonchalantly moved a moss-covered rock displaying a large tunnel that he explained led to the main fabrication plant that Kobra had taken over during their skirmishes. So how do you kids plan on fighting that Kobra? He is invulnerable to physical damage after all. Bane asked curiously, and as Aquaboy spoke out on Kobra's powers and his obvious weakness that we could use to counteract it, I noticed how every few dozen meters we traveled through the large tunnel that Robin, who was in the back, was literally slapping small C4 tablets to the walls. Seeing me focusing on him, Robin put his fingers to his lips and I nodded in understanding. As for dealing with Kobra despite his longevity nonsense and his physical invulnerability, well, I could easily just fly off with his ass as he didn't have overly enhanced strength that could break a hold I had on him, and at that point, I could simply drown or suffocate him via the ocean surrounding the island we were at or similar, just go super high into the air with him. Finally, as we entered the heart of the factory, it seemed the Bane was tired of leading us as he tripped forward and smashed into a large pipe, sending burning hot steam over him and towards us before he managed to bear rush through the steam, and with a war cry, he smashed into the Kobra cultists that came to investigate all the noises. Viva Revolution! Come on, little sidekicks, you won't allow a villain to save the day, will you? He taunted through the steam cover before he ran off as Aquaboy used his hydro magic to shut off the water and let us pass through the steam. We should have just broken his legs, and left him on the beach, I muttered as I absently slapped a cultist through a metal door leading deeper into facility, and lo and behold was a massive chemical factory with harsh fumes being inefficiently pumped into the sky above the facility. Not a very heroic thought, but sometimes I cannot deny that would be by far the easier option. Robin agreed as he likewise began beating up the cultists that shot at me and Superboy, who acted as bullet sponges and gathered their attention with our very attention-grabbing superhuman feats. Let's split up. Calder called out as he too finished some cultists and some of Bane's thugs that were seemingly trying to take back this factory. Me, Miss Martian, and Superboy will push through the facility while Lord Yu and Kid Flash go directly for Bane and Kobra while we clear out the facility. Robin, you are in charge of evidence gathering as we deal with the thugs.